Well, I'm gonna be doing One Piece, episode 154, to I don't know something to something, probably I don't know something like that, or I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I might be recording some Dragon Ball Daima because I've never seen Dragon Ball Daima, but I was watching. I was rewatching Dragon Ball. Was rewatching some of the fights. I was watching the Krillin versus Cell fight. Android 17 versus the Z Fighters, and I was also watching Dragon Ball Super. I was watching the Tournament of Power, and yeah, those characters are so likable, and like, yeah, they still have a lot of my respect even to this day. It's like I might actually watch some Dragon Ball. But yeah, we're gonna be watching some One Piece right now, so let's just not waste any more time. Angels on the Beach. Ironic, is that what it's called? That's pretty ironic. Angels on the Beach. Especially to Sanji, this is supposed to be a dream come true because like they have the old story, the old childhood story of Nola and the Liar. So probably means a lot to Sanji to see this. It's like literally like the beach. So like those other clouds that they were in, like last episode, those are kind of like the ocean, but this is kind of like the beach. It's like it's more like dense. You're not just falling through. Nah, but like imagine if something like this actually existed. That would be crazy. I really wonder how like this actually came to be. But I'm sure like in the One Piece world, like Oda probably does give an explanation as to why this is even possible. It's not a good sign. There's always a catalyst for something stupid to happen. It's always something dumb. Hit by a chopper. Oh, never mind. He's not gonna fall off this time. That's a rock. God damn, Luffy. Went through a rock at him. Ironically, I can actually, or not really ironically, but I can play a lot of I can play a lot of instruments. I can play the violin, the trumpet, the clarinet, the drums, percussion, and wind chimes. Probably the worst one out of probably the worst one out of those is probably drums, and probably the best is probably trumpet, and probably second best is violin. Everything is so peaceful up here. She's totally not evil at all. I've heard that a mineral called the sea prism stone exists in the blue sea. Is this something to do with these clouds? Yes, when coronal particles called when contained in that stone are carried up in the sky due to volcanoes and moisture, sea clouds and islands are formed depending on the density of the moisture. Interesting. So like they they make paths into the sky based off of their how they cut up they make paths in the sky based off of how they cut the clouds and all that stuff. And these clouds are very solid because of the material, um, volcanic and other dense particles in the ocean, and it's referring to sea prisms. So like maybe the stuff inside of the sea prisms that's like sea prism stone. So that's why it's so dense. That's how the islands are formed. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, like I said, Oda did give us confirmation about how islands are formed. So it's pretty cool. You also get this is actually I think this is the first time that like I ever noticed any information about the Sea Prism stones because I always wondered like how did they ever come about? At the very least, it does seem like they're rocks that are just innate to One Piece world for whatever reason. We'll probably figure it out eventually. Hmm. Wow, this is how they move boats. So it's low key like a fan, like it intakes wind, and then it pushes out exhaust. That's like actually literally like yeah, it's literally like a fan. Or like a gaming fan, I guess. Wow. So they really have like everything in the Sky Island is just like anything that in normal One Piece world, every other people, everything that every other day people, everything that every people in like other countries have in One Piece they have here. Where wow, I didn't actually think about that. This is actually the one place that actually has ground, like trees and stuff like that. I wonder if it's very important that like Sky Island has like land and stuff like that. I do remember that from the story of Nolan that like the it was said that like the gold for what's his name? Not Cricket. Cricket said that like the gold probably was shot up by the knockup stream, and that's how it ended up in the Sky Island. So maybe the island actually went along with it, and that's actually the same island. Mm. Some people are looking for treasure. This could easily be a tone dial, which would mean that these would be these would be the settlers at either these would be the settlers that were after Nolan's gold, if they are tone dials. Or at least that's my guess. They could also just be residents, but there's no telling from at this point. I mean, Luffy is smacking down on that food. I swear he's been eating for like 5 minutes. Anytime it cuts to him, he's always eating. Those guys are dead. Those guys are dead. If I heard that and I was just in some random place, I would be hella scared. Where are all these guys fighting? That guy's me. Bro, what's going on? If that's me, man, I'm just like, bro, get me out of the sky, bro. I'm done. I thought we've done enough today. To be fair though, like they probably would have been in this situation anyways, because like they were not gonna pay that. Luffy's not gonna pay the $1 billion. There's no universe. They really put Usopp really put himself as a king. That's funny. All right, that's good enough for now. I mean, I'll stop right here. I can keep going, but let's just keep it fresh. Just keep it One Piece fresh. There's a lot of stuff to get to, and no need to rush. Take our time. Take our time and think slowly, slowly. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. I guess a lot of stuff happened. A lot. More so, they're getting used to the island. They're learning a lot about the history. You see that like the sea, the normal sea, the blue ocean sea, the sea people. There's at least some elements of the sky that come from the earth, and I think it also has to do probably with the water cycle because like with the water cycle you know water condenses and then it becomes clouds. But then it mentions like there's the sea stone, which is used to counter devil fruits. It comes from a rock that's in the ocean, and that rock is very hard. That rock is very hard, so like it solidifies and made the clouds. That's pretty interesting. We also see that like there's plants and plant life and um, other sky islands. So like not even just that sky island. There's more. So because that guy that got killed, seemingly if you're trying to take that treasure, he was looking for that treasure. He was trying to make bank, and I got shafted. Or got shafted. Not gonna lie. Low key, I don't know if he was a. He could have been like a resident, or he could have just been. He knew about the story of Nolan or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? But my theory is that like the Sky Island was pushed up, like Crockett said. I would just use his line of events, like the Sky Island or the Nolan's Island of Gold was at the bottom, and then it was shot up by the knockup stream, and then that's that island. And then so that means that the gold is actually on that island, which is why that's where the treasure is, and that's where God is. So actually, Nami was probably in the enemy's lair, probably, but I don't remember. I don't remember this far, so we'll see. Definitely be getting back into it pretty soon, so look forward to watching more and stuff like that. Thank you for watching.